y'all doing and welcome. I am Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining the player. Subscribe. Please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Y'all check out a few things. Subscribe to the website. If you would like to support a player around here, you can get something for you and them little ugly babies by clicking the Get link on the website. If you'd like to see what we call the event video, click around to the Patreon, the Willie Williams Show. The link's down there in the description. I need you liking, sharing, telling somebody about a player. We try to get the thumbs up over 500 in every show so we can do something to the algorithm. Listen, we got a PayPal link down in the description. We got $, top and bottom. Willie Williams Show, that is the cash app. And if you just so happen to hit that super chat, please don't go over $5 because the player don't know if he getting it or not. They say I get 30, they say that they get 70. God damn it, I think they getting a whole 100. Remember, the midday news show, if you can't watch it with your eyes and you can't use your peripherals and see a player, big word, I hear any goddamn screen. We do got a thing called a podcast on Anchor and Spotify, the Willie Williams Show. Please follow me on IG and Twitter at the WW Show. Appreciate y'all. You say you done hit that like on the way in. Well, come on in, sit on down. What is the day? Thursday. It's Thursday, December 15th, 2022. Appreciate y'all for joining the player. How y'all doing? I'm Willie Williams. This is the Willie Williams Show. This is the midday news show. Tell somebody about a player. I need your subscriptions. I need your likes. I need your sharing. I need you hollering at people to let them know that a player is on right now and they can come on here on around here. The 229 Albany, Georgia's in the building. Say, hey, Willie, the 801 Salt Lake City, Utah, back in the mother for 30 minutes of 5. Watch 23, 6 and your 9. Orlando is in the building. California is in the house. Say, the D is in the building. Say, what up, though, Willie? What's happening? Say, the Bronx, New York is in it. They say, what's popping past the leg of these 30 minutes of 5? Shot-Town in the chat. Say, hey, Willie, the Bronx is up in here for that 5. Hey, chat family. Say, hey, sugar. Watching out of Dallas. Appreciate y'all for joining me. Come on in. Hold on. Let me click this. Let me click that. Let me put that there down. Y'all come. How y'all doing? I'm gonna slow it down. How y'all doing out here in these streets? Well, they say, shout out to Gunna, rapper Gunna, free. A lot of people like free my dog. Free my dog. Him out now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have questions. A lot of people is saying, well, hell. Did he tell? Did he snitch? Did he rat? Did he tell? Did he snitch? Did he rat? He did take a plea deal. The 757 say bad news. What's happening? Say Oakland. Oakland, California's in the building. Say Oak Cliff. Texas is in the house. Say the 727 is tapping in. Paso, what's happening? Listen, what y'all think? Say Michigan is in the building. What's happening? Brooklyn is in the house. Y'all tell me what y'all think so far. He said Brooklyn, Brownsville is in the house. Dayton, Ohio is in here. Paso, the 334. The Gump Monkey Town is in the building. Say the 614, Columbus, Ohio done made it. Man, I appreciate y'all being around here. Say, hey, sugar, well, hey, that in. That's what's up, y'all. Y'all trying to get a thumbs up. I have to remember every 15 minutes I got to hit me an ad around here. In case you missed yesterday and you don't know, they hit me with a strike. I reached out to the people. They rejected my appeal. I reached out to Twitter people. They rejected my appeal too. So it is what it is. The number 3 channel is down, I guess, for 90 days. I can't do nothing over there, but if you have not went over there and watched some videos, y'all please continue to go over there to watch some videos because the videos are still up until I guess they hit me with another one and then they'll take the whole channel or something like that. And let's just hope that they don't take the whole channel and then I can come back in 90 days. Please subscribe to all my channels. The Willie Williams Show 7, the Willie Williams Show 4, and the live right now. If you're not here, hell, still subscribe to the number 3 channel. Subscribe. You never know where I am gonna be posting videos up at. And if all else fail, just please remember go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. To the .com. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The WW Show. What else? Follow me on Rumble. Follow me on Rumble. We gotta try to work things out still. Shout out to Jay for the $5 The $5 cash out. He said Gunna is a rapper. Shay turned singer. He told. Uh-oh. You say he told, huh? That's what's up. Let's just be clear up front. You ain't getting out without, what's that word that I'm looking for? Without working with them people. I'm going to say it again. You're not getting out without working with them people. A plea deal is working with them people. Working with law enforcement, and in my mind, a lot of times you should. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. I don't care about the snitch thing. I don't care about the telling thing. In my mind, tell. But the one thing that, cooperation was the word that I was looking for. It just wouldn't come in and come out like that right there. The one thing that I never really agreed with when people, if we go do the damn crime, if we go do the crime together, and you tell on somebody, that's a problem. Now, if we riding together, let's say you in my car or I'm in your car, and you got that work on you, you may have a burn on you or something, or if it's in your car, it's in your car. I'm going to need for you to be 21. When I say I'm going to need for you to be 21, I'm going to need for you to be an adult and take responsibility for what's yours. Don't put me in a position to where I have to tell the truth of whose stuff this is. Don't put me in that position because it ain't mine. Again, if we riding together, we ain't doing no crime, but you got some work on you. We get pulled over, they search the vehicle and shit, they found the work. I'm gonna need for you to be 21 now. I'm going to need for you to be 21. I wouldn't care. You're not supposed to take. I'm going to need for you to be 21. We got to be adults right now. Because at this moment, we is not going to commit a crime to where we both agree on whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? We finna go put ourselves into something. But you got that work on you, and we just riding around, probably going to the store or something like that right now. I'm going to need for you to be 21. Because I'm going to be 21. I'm going to tell the truth. That ain't mine. That ain't mine. Yeah. A lot of people say, yeah. You better take the damn charge. Don't force me. Don't force me, but listen, it will not take a lot for me to tell the truth if you ain't gonna be 21. I hope that's an understanding. Let's go ahead on and get into the news portion of it. First, in case folk don't know, Gunna was released yesterday. And let's see what the news had to say, because they're going to play the part when he was in court. And they're going to play exactly what was said in court while taking the plea agreement now. Some people say that he didn't snitch. I'm here to say that he cooperated. Whether he right or wrong, that's in everybody's different opinion. Here we go.
And we're staying on top of this breaking news tonight. Within the past 45 minutes, Atlanta rapper Gunna walked out of the Fulton County Jail. The rapper, whose real name is Sergio Kitchens, entered a negotiated guilty plea, what's known as an Alford plea, allowing him to also maintain his innocence.
An Alford plea also allows him to maintain his innocence. I had never even heard of that right there, but now we learning stuff. See, we learning together. Here we go.
Gunna was in jail on racketeering and conspiracy charges, part of a large gang indictment that includes rapper Young Thug and other alleged members of YSL or Young Slime Life gang. And also today, alleged YSL co-founder Walter Murphy negotiated a guilty plea in the RICO indictment ahead of the trial scheduled to start next month. New at 6, Channel 2's Mark Winnie is live at the Fulton County Jail with what all of this means today. Mark.
Come on, Mark.
Yeah, some big stuff said in court today. We got wind that something was going on in the YSL case, hustled down to the courthouse, got there in time. I shot the hearing on my iPhone. It is a major, major development in
Is
a
he
major case.
Is he promoting for iPhone? Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
That Sergio Kitchens,
Here we
perhaps
go.
better known as music star Gunna, was gonna get out of jail soon seemed apparent early in the hearing as Fulton County Deputy District Attorney Adrian Love went through the sentence that would be recommended.
Say, is Alfred okay? You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is my first time hearing about the Alfred thing. That's what's up. Shout out to Sunji. Shout out to Sunji for the $10 super chat. Say PSA. Say if you are watching the show, please take 5 seconds to hit the thumbs up button, because you're making the rest of the chat room look as if we not supporting our pastor. I appreciate that right there. I appreciate that right there. Say the volume is low. Hold on.
5 years to serve one.
Hold on.
Commuted to time served.
Wait.
As Fulton County Deputy
Here we go.
District Attorney Adrian Love went through the sentence that would be recommended.
5 years to serve one. Commuted to time served. Balance suspended. And the parties agree that upon completion of the special conditions that I will enumerate, the suspended sentence will terminate by consent order.
The Fulton County District Attorney's Office says Gunna pled guilty to the single count he faced in a sprawling indictment focused on the alleged criminal street gang YSL against him and more than 24 others. Conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. The guilty plea entered as what's called an Alford plea, where a defendant doesn't admit he committed the crime but acknowledges it's in his best interest to plead guilty.
That's the Alfred plea thing. That's the Alfred plea thing right there. Say that again.
Alford plea, where a defendant doesn't admit he committed the crime.
He don't admit that he committed a crime, but it's in his best interest to plead guilty. So now that they just pointed that right there out, I've always known about the Alfred plea. I just didn't know that it was called the Alfred plea. Because a lot of times, this is happening every single day in the court of law, because a whole bunch of players don't have lawyers. They did not do the crime, but they can't beat the case. So they put in the plea. It's like when your lawyer and or attorney or both come to you and say, listen, if you don't take it to trial, you can do 13 months. If you take it to trial, you facing 5-10 years. You know that you ain't do it, but 13 months to a possible 5 to 10 years. That's why so many players actually do take the plea. I didn't know that it was just called the Alfred plea. That's what's up. We learning.
But acknowledges it's in his best interest to plead guilty.
If called by any party in this case, you will testify truthfully.
If called by any party in this case, you will answer truthfully.
Reserve any Fifth Amendment rights or privileges against self-incrimination. You agree to perform 500 hours of community service, a substantial portion of which will require that you speak to young men and women about the hazards and immortality of gangs and gang violence, and the decay that it causes our communities.
Sergio Kitchens' press statement suggests in the case of his Alford plea, he's, quote, maintaining my innocence toward the same charge.
Shout out to Big Mooch for the 199 super chat. Say, Willie, is that like a no contest in traffic court? Kinda, yeah. Yeah, like you don't want to argue and shit like that. All right, man. Damn it, man, I take it. Go ahead.
Unquote. It says, while I've agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify.
He said he has not cooperated.
Or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way. In court, some startling statements.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are truthful, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of people saying that it was just a basic plea deal. He ain't telling on nobody. But he is saying, I got personal knowledge, personal information, that there has been crimes committed by the YSL gang. And he's admitting that the YSL is actually a gang because, remember, they were saying that YSL is just a, what it is, like a rap group label type thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a gang. That ain't what was just said. Or that ain't what he agreed to. Listen.
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang.
And a gang. A music label and a gang. She asking for a yes or no.
And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes.
You got personal knowledge that folk have committed crimes.
Furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams.
Jeffrey Williams, young thug.
Wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
He did not. Like they say, he didn't snitch. It was just him and Thug inside the vehicle, and they found methamphetamines and Percocets, some shit like that, and some guns, or a gun. Okay, cool. It ain't mine. See, now he sound like me. Don't make me be 21. You need to be 21, so I ain't got to tell the truth. So in my mind, he just telling the truth. Right here, he's just telling the truth. Some people may call it snitching if it's just you two in the car. So you his co-defendant. It ain't yours.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community.
YSL the gang. So this is the second time she pointed out YSL the gang. Hold on. Let me bag it just a smidget so we can get that whole sentence. Hold on. Let me make sure that I stop and read this right here. Oh, and shout out to Matthew for the $10 donation through the PayPal link. I appreciate that right there, y'all. We need sponsors. We need to get the numbers up. We got PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chat. I appreciate y'all. They round here effing with me. I need your support round here. Shout out to Dun for the $5 Super Chat. Say basically the prosecution can keep their strike. They can't keep their streak. Can keep their streak of convictions going. Everything about the justice system is corrupt. The lawyers and the judge are all in on it. Hey, it's the game.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
She said YSL a gang 3 times, and he acknowledged, yes, it is a gang.
A YSL indictment includes Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug. His attorney, Brian Steele, has said,
Mr. Williams committed no crime.
Judge Ural Glanville.
I find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I find no factual basis for your plea, and I'm going to accept your plea as tendered and as negotiated.
Now, Jacoby Hudson, defense attorney for YSL case defendant Walter Murphy, confirms that late Tuesday, Murphy pled guilty to a racketeering conspiracy count and has been released from the Fulton County Jail already. Hudson says Murphy will not testify about the conduct of any other individual defendants. Hudson indicated how Murphy changed his life after he got out of prison was a major factor in the deal. Reporting live outside the Fulton County Jail, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action.
Shout out to Mark for being on the scene, pimp. Look here. I ain't mad at him. Boy, you gotta do what you gotta do. Listen. Shout out to Tanya for the $5 cash app. I appreciate that right there. Listen. I don't think that I could be such a millionaire and not do what's best for me to not be behind them damn bars. Shout out to Big Moochie for the $4.99 super chat. He say, Willie, why the hell is the government RICO case open for cameras dealing with the men rappers, but a regular assault case with Megan is no cameras? That's a good point. That's a really good point. I was wondering how long that it was going to take for somebody inside of the industry to come out and say that he's a rat. Boy, Boosie don't waste no time. Boosie don't waste no time, and I'm pretty sure that he know Gunna. But in his opinion, according to what's posted up here, that was posted by Boosie. This is what Boosie say: rat with little rats with cheese and stuff. Say this would have put me in. This would have put tears in my eyes, my brother. He said, my artist like, what the F? I'm fighting for my life, that I'm not running a gang, a criminal enterprise, and you do this to Big Dog? He said, you know it's a gang. The guns and drugs not yours. He say, well, who else was in the car? They can be for shaking my... Wait. Say, well, who else was in the car? They can be for shaking my head. Oh, I guess who else in the car? It's kind of like I said, it was just them two in the car. So who else it can be? Who else, guns and drugs, can it be? And it seems to me that Gunna was forced to tell the truth because somebody else wasn't being 21. Shout out to Sean for the $5 cash app. Say he not the only one telling. Say it's 23 others on the indictment. You're absolutely correct. But because Gunna is the big name, and for him to go free, some people, I kind of don't understand why in the industry right now, in the hip-hop culture, the rap community, that people not treating Gunna like 6ix9ine. Which in my mind, 6ix9ine had more of a reason to tell on all them fools. They tried to knock him off. Oh no, dog. We ain't down like that. I am the only one with this paper. And y'all try to knock me off. Y'all try to bang my girls and all of that. We ain't friends. We is not friends. So I understood. I really understood why 6ix9ine did what he did. You got me messed up that I'm finna do 40 years. I didn't do no damn 40 years. I'm 22, 23 years old. And then they not being loyal? Shh, you got me messed up. Shout out to the Fits Him for the $2 super chat. He say, put your SWAT hat on. He say, y'all got him to flip. Hey, man, if we present you with something, you decide to cooperate, which we hope that you do, then you got to be grown and stand on your cooperation, you know. And again, I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at nobody that don't want to sit behind them damn bars, dog. But I just look at things different. Again, if we both went and did a crime, and now you're telling, that I'm like, that hit kind of different right there. You know what I'm saying? Look here, I saw another video. I'm gonna put Player up here. I'm gonna put DJ Academics up here. He having a discussion with Myron from the Fresh and Fit. They have more. Well, Myron have more information on on the situation. He could break it down better than I can because he has a history of law enforcement. I just deal with the stuff that's on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So they're finna discuss this, but a lot of things is finna be pointed out, and you be like, oh, wow, I didn't know. Shout out to Sean for the $5 cash out. He say, whoever tell first or tell the most get the best deal. You absolutely correct. They out here holding that. And that's what we call slipping out here in these streets. Here we go.
Most plea agreements say that you can't talk to your co-defendant and or associate with them.
Hold on. The rapper, hold on. Myron, I need you to take this in with me. The rapper swore he has personal knowledge.
Yes, he did. He swore to that. I have personal knowledge. That's why I'm like,
That members or associates of YSL have committed crimes.
Yeah.
yo, you know the ill thing about Myron? He's like so not shocked because he's just dealt with it so much. Nah, bro, we listen to these people's music like, bruh, what do you mean he says he has, what does he mean he has personal knowledge?
he know where the body's buried. That's basically what that means. I know what happened. I know where it happened. I know who did it. Personal knowledge. Say, Willie, why are you not on YouTube TV, which I watch every day? Because YouTube be striking my damn channels. I need y'all support around here in these streets. Shout out to Swaggy Dig for the $1 cash out. You say, why can't R. Kelly get a deal like Gunna, Paso? I think Kelly gonna have to tell on somebody something or tell the truth about a situation that he may know. That's what's up. Go ahead.
He swore. What could this mean? He has personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang, but he's distancing himself from YSL the gang versus YSL the label.
Do y'all think that he's gonna be able to stay on the label? Say YouTube hate Willie for some reason. I have no idea what's going on with YouTube, but here we go.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, I'm not surprised because when you're looking at those kinds of numbers, man, and you're a music artist and you got money, you got a life to live outside of this shit, man, bro. I've seen the tough guys.
Wait, hold on.
Man.
Yo, chat. Why did you tell me I'm not reading this thing completely? This is what he said. I recognize and I deeply regret that my talent in music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community.
Boosie said, no, man. yeah, he did.
Gunna acknowledged and signed statement. He also said YSL as a gang must end.
Holy.
No way. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking. Wait, hold up. Yeah, Myron. Go ahead. Break it down. What do you think?
Yeah. Shout out to Willie for the $5 cash out. Say, tell and be free. Stick to the code. Go to jail. Simple.
I mean,
but if you want a link, I'll send you a link that you can see this.
No, I'm reading it on your. I'm actually reading it on your thing right now. So I'm reading it myself. And yo, here's the thing with plea agreements, bro. You almost. This is how plea agreements go.
Tell us
what the crime is. Admitting to the crime, admitting your wrongdoings, right, and then being able to cooperate in the future. That's like the basic structure of any type of plea agreement, because keep in mind that the defendant is receiving almost all the benefit most of the time in exchange for some type of cooperation or whatever, and or acknowledgement of criminal activity. Him saying that in itself, what does it do? It vilifies the gang as a gang. It proves
that the gang is a gang.
They are, in fact, a gang, even though they tried to say that they're not, despite all the snakes and the slime and the terminology and the gang phrases and the bandanas and everything else like that. And I went into detail in my breakdown on this. But, yeah, man, I mean, he's going to obviously say that in a certain way, but the government's always going to have him by the balls that he has to cooperate if needed in the future. And that's probably going to be
if needed. in the future. I didn't know that is what a part of certain plea deals was. That if you take a plea that you may be called in. No. That's what the judge said on the stand, that you can be called back. If asked to cooperate, you have to tell the truth. That's what she said. That's what I pointed out too. Go ahead.
Bargaining chip for them when they go to Young Thug and say, listen, bro,
hold on.
Go to trial because we'll call Gunna to the stand.
Wait. Hold on.
And if Thug go to trial, they have the ability to call Gunna, and then Gunna have to tell the truth. I don't think Thug want to take it to trial. Lord Jesus, don't do
Glad
that.
you said that, because I've always heard this, and you obviously working way more intimately than anyone in the community of rap or even myself could even fathom.
Say Gunna leaving the country. I don't blame them. They can say Gunna is your mammy, a hoe, and he got to say, yeah, absolutely correct.
What do you mean in the future? Like, what do you mean has him by the balls? And pause on the terminology, but what do you mean has, like, again, it's only, I don't even know what to ask. What do you mean they could force him to cooperate? Like,
I got you. So basically, this is what's going to happen. At this point, it's lawyers talking to lawyers. The detectives are no longer talking to the defendants at this point, unless they want to come forward and do some type of agreement, which is called typically a proffer. But at this point, it's lawyers talking to lawyers. And what I mean by that is Young Thug's defense team is talking to the prosecution. The prosecution is going to go to Young Thug's defense team and say, listen, just so y'all know, Gunna pled guilty. And Gunna is willing to come back and cooperate if we need him to, should you guys go to trial.
Remember, that's what the woman in the last video said, the judge or whoever she was, said that we can call you back. If need be, we can call you back. And he agreed.
We already know what Thug has done based on discussions with Gunna. So they're probably going to go ahead and let Young Thug's team know that if you go to trial, you're going to probably take an L because we basically got one of your top guys to cooperate with us. Because if you take a plea deal, bro, you got to cooperate with something.
I fell down to my knees with yo, Myra, you breaking our hearts. No, keep going, though. Keep going. I had to play that sound effect. No.
And there you go. I like that. Say Gunna can't plead the fifth. He loses his deal. Absolutely correct.
No. Hold on. Listen. We in hip hop love to be delusional, especially about the people we love. If we don't like you, it's whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Is it just possible that like, you know what I mean? They're just letting him out because they just realize he just has nothing to do with nothing, and they realize maybe they made a mistake.
Well, if that was the case, then Gunna would have fought it. He has a good legal team, and he has the money to have that legal team fight.
That makes sense. You say Myron wasn't a legit agent. He's in character. Well, he used to work law enforcement. He's dealt with a lot of cases. According to what he speaks about. According to him saying that he has a history in law enforcement and I think it was the Homeland Security, if I'm not mistaken. And he's dealt with a lot of the criminal aspects and the paperwork and the deals and all of this type of stuff right there. So, hell, he sounds knowledgeable.
Okay.
He sounds like he know more than me. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when people know more than you, you shut up and you let them talk. You shut up, you let them talk. If they can explain it better than you can, let them folk explain some shit.
Hey, so I'm playing devil's advocate.
And that's how we learn, though. That's really how we learn.
Well, maybe fighting the case is going to land him in jail. He's not getting out on bond. 4 attempts, no bail. He's going to have to sit in jail for at least a year to maybe a year and a half just to fight it. It's easier just to say, hey, listen, we do some no harm, no foul shit. And I just take time served and basically go on glorified probation. Obviously, it's a 4-year suspended, but still. And I won't tell. I'm not. No telling. There's no telling happening. I'm a gangster. I'm a street nigga. Like, come on, no telling.
Hilarious.
Can't be no telling.
Well, I'm willing to bet that he gave some sort of information for them to even entertain giving him this plea deal, and then
yes, you have to give some type of information to satisfy them people to get a plea deal. That I think that's common sense. Like, if you don't know, now you know. You got to give up something for us to be like, all right. Well, we'll give you this right here because you gave us this. Quid pro quo, or however it go. He said, gonna find out that Thug was gonna snitch first, and he dropped that dime.
I think the biggest thing is they're gonna use.
Well, you're right. We read it. He said I was in the car with a dude.
You're gonna take an L.
Well, you're right. We read it. He said I was in the car with a dude, and none of the guns. Like, that's obviously saying, hey, listen, I'm giving a sworn statement, whether I'm on a stand or not, saying that those weapons that you're trying to charge whoever in the car for is definitely not mine.
Yep.
Because if the state's case was weak, he would have just said, fuck that, I'm going to fight it.
That makes sense. If the case is weak, my expensive lawyer team, my team, would knock this out the park. If it was petty, if it was weak, something like that, hell, he should have been out if it was something weak. They've been having a hard time getting them out.
It would have been better in his public. It would have been better for him from a public interest standpoint. It would have been better for him for his music career. He would have been better off just fighting it if the charges from the state were that weak. However, they weren't, which is why he took the plea deal in the first place. And whenever you take a plea deal, it's written and etched into the plea deal, virtually state, federal, whatever it is, that you will cooperate with the government should they need you to.
Should they need you to? That's what the woman said. Remember that in the beginning. That's what the woman said. So you're right about that.
So in this case,
we got to get the numbers up, y'all. We got to get the numbers up.
Young Thug has some good lawyers. He has a very good legal team. And the state is a little bit finicky about it. So what are they going to do? Okay, the best way that we're going to be able to combat Young Thug, his defense team, is we need more and more cooperators against them. Because the thing is this. Whenever you have a racketeering case or you have multiple conspirators, the problem is that each conspirator is a criminal. So inherently their testimony is tainted because they're a criminal. They're not deemed trustworthy. However, if you got 5, 10, 20 co-conspirators saying the same shit about the top guy, well, all of a sudden now, that testimony becomes more and more valid because it's being independently corroborated through different individuals. And then each person, right, depending on their hierarchy in the criminal organization, their testimony matters more or less. Someone like Gunna, higher up in the organization, their testimony is going to mean quite a bit. So I would say this was a chess move from the prosecution to secure Gunna's cooperation in the future should they need to go to trial against Young Thug, who they have the overwhelming amount of evidence against and they're trying to go after. And the thing I was trying to say before was why YSL should be really concerned.
Say, Willie, can you please let the video play? Say, you talk, rewind, and repeat too much, but I'm still going to watch every day, twice a day. Let me explain it to you. And this is how people lose their thoughts. Because you let people talk really, really long, and you have a point to make while somebody's talking, so you need to stop and get your point out. Because a lot of times you can lose your point. And what type of show would that be if you just keep losing your point? That's how conversation is supposed to work. When you're talking to somebody, you need to stop them. Sometimes you need some clarification. Sometimes you need to question what was just said and then allow a person to continue to talk. A lot of times we just sit back and just let people talk and you have no type of questions. And even if you did, you trying to wait till they finish. A lot of people is long-winded. That's not how it works. This is entertainment. I can't just let shit play. This is a 15-minute video. You want me to just let it play all the way through? And then run it back when I could? No. But I do understand. He said the case was very strong. Said they got caught red-handed with drugs and guns in their presence. Say yes. Say it was very strong, but could have been charged with what was in the cars. Say especially the driver. Yeah, like the driver typically gets the charge. And this is why I say people better be 21. Shout out to Mr. Gino for the $5 super chat. He say, is y'all going to hit the thumbs up for Willie Williams' hard work today? Hold on. I'm glad you said that. Another ad. I appreciate that right now. Here we go.
Which is probably why Gunna didn't want to go ahead and fight this thing, is because they have wiretaps. Anytime you have wiretaps...
Wait, hold on real quick.
Go ahead.
Let me read the full statement. So we're reading the article that was there by... So someone from WSB TV was in court, so they know exactly what Gunna had to, on the record, basically acknowledge in front of a judge according to the plea. So that's what they wrote in their article. But Gunna, that's why I said this is kind of odd. Gunna dropped a statement immediately when this came out. You want me to read you Gunna's statement?
Hey, go ahead.
Listen to this, because right now it's playing on the Shade Room. Like, oh man, he definitely, he just got a great legal team. Look, Sergio Kitchens, which is Gunna, this is his press statement. He said, when I became affiliated with YSL in 2016, I did not consider it as a gang. More like a group of people from Metro Atlanta who had a common interest and artistic aspirations. My focus on YSL Entertainment, rap artists who wrote and performed music that exaggerated and glorified urban life and rap community, while I've agreed to always be truthful, which, by the way, that's him basically saying, I have to tell the truth if I ever call. He never says I'm going to be called, but you know they're going to be leveraging him like we could call him. Sure okay, enough. Let's keep going.
And sure enough here. Shout out to Candace for the $5 cash out. Say much love to you, Willie. Say great show as always. I appreciate that right there. I need y'all support. I need these numbers up. We should be over 500 by now.
I want to make it perfectly clear. I have not made any statements. I have not been interviewed. I have not cooperated, and I have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way.
Shout out to T. Lee for the $5 super chat. He said they obviously ain't making money from rap.
Let me stop there before I read the last paragraph. He's saying that he has not agreed to be a part of this trial if it goes to trial, and he will not and has no intention of being involved in this trial.
Whether he have intention or not, the lady stated in the beginning that if we need to call you back, you must tell the truth. So whether that's his intention, it don't mean nothing, because they still have the right to call them back.
Do you think this is cap?
It's 1,000% cap, because by virtue of him signing the plea agreement, he forfeited all that.
Thank you.
Oh shit.
That's exactly what happened. He forfeited what he's saying that he's not doing or that he did not do, because they can still have you do what you're saying that you didn't do.
It's a wrap. Like, he can say all that. I haven't talked to the real thing you got to add to that when he says, I have not cooperated, I haven't testified. Add the word yet to that. Okay. I have not talked to the police yet. I have not cooperated yet. I have not testified yet, because the government now reserves the right to call him, and he must cooperate with the investigation, or they can reinstitute the charges. So he lost that ability to say I'm not cooperating once he signed the plea deal. It's a wrap.
Okay, let me read the last paragraph. He says, I have chosen to end my own RICO case with an Alford plea and end my personal ordeal by publicly acknowledging my association with YSL. That's so interesting, because in the first paragraph he says, I don't consider it a gang. But now he's saying, I'm acknowledging my association with YSL. Interesting. An Alford plea in my case is the entry of a guilty plea, the one that charged against me, which is in my best interest, while at the same time maintain my innocence toward the same charge. I love and cherish my association with YSL Music and always will. There's no way he could be on a label after this.
Like, that's what I was asking. Is they gonna drop him from the label? I don't think that he can come back around now.
It's just no way. It's just no way, right? Like you agree with this, right? I look at this. Let me just read this last line and there you go. I look at this as an opportunity to give back to the community and educate young men and women that gangs and violence only lead to destruction. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Byron.
Oh, the thing is that he forfeited that ability once he signed the plea agreement, and
Stop. Say his dead cousin said it was okay to tell on him. Oh. And speaking on the dead cousin and T.I., Boosie, well, damn it, I heard that Boosie canceled the song that they made or something, that Boosie is not dropping that song or something because he snitched. Say if he has a contract, say they can't drop him for free, right? Oh, you might be right. Or it also could be something inside of the paperwork that can get him dropped. I guess like if you go against the company or in any which way, if you make the company look bad or anything, you can be dropped from this contract. It's possibly something inside the contract. I don't know.
there's no way around it. If the government needs him, they will absolutely call him. If Young Thug or anybody else higher up in the organization decides to go to trial, they will absolutely call Gunna as a witness to some degree, and he's going to have to testify, and he's not going to be able to enjoy the privileges of the Fifth Amendment because he's not necessarily incriminating himself talking about gang activity that he's already been charged and pled guilty to a degree. So he's not going to be able to invoke the Fifth Amendment like our girl Kelsey did today because the thing is that Kelsey hasn't been charged for those crimes, so she was able to stay silent. Gunna won't have that privilege if they call him to the stand.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, when you sign a plea agreement, the government owns you, bro.
I hope all y'all just heard that. You signed the plea, the government owns you.
They go through it with your lawyer. They go through it with you. You sit there with your attorney. You and your attorney have prepped it. Like he knows deep down that the government owns him.
I like that. Say the music contract had a no snitch clause. You know what I'm saying?
All these things he's saying. Oh, I have not cooperated. I have not spoken to the police or whatever. I haven't testified.
That shit there is just for the public. I believe for what was wrote and for what was said, I have not this, I have not that, was for the public. So the public, people who is not going to question anything, would be like, oh, he said that he did not cooperate. And people just going to run with that. But he said that he didn't cooperate, not understanding what a plea deal is.
Just put the word "yet" at the end of it, and then you'll know the truth.
Okay. So let me ask you, and this is obviously a contextual question. But
And
given
then because Gunna's going to lie in court. No, bro, because they already have all the facts. If he lies, it's the dumbest thing they could do because they already know what he did.
Yep.
So they're going to hit him with perjury. Sorry, what were you saying, bro? My bad.
True. So let me ask you this question. So, Gunna, at this point, do you believe that obviously people are thinking, well, because we've seen this before. If Young Thug comes down and says, nah, like, we wanted Gunna to do that, even if it is what people might think it is, there's going to be a pass that is given.
Any part of the government can use him for any case they have. Say any government department can use him to testify. I believe so.
Gunna, Young Thug is the one who I believe is looking at least over 10 years. I would probably say close to 20. Do you think that Young Thug how do you think he will see this move? Just from a defendant point of view.
He's gonna. I mean, if I was him, I'd be looking at it like fuck. Like I'd be pissed because you don't get plea agreements unless you cooperate, typically to some degree, especially with that amount of time shaved off.
That's it. That's it. That's a fact. You have to cooperate for a plea deal. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank. Now. Again. I don't blame a player. I don't blame a player like, man, hold on, dog. I am not finna do all these goddamn years. And he was possibly not involved in a lot of the things that was going on in YSL, the gang. That's probably how he looked at it, as all these incidents that happened, alleged incidents in the YSL gang, with all the crimes and stuff, alleged crimes and all that fly stuff. He probably said this, I wasn't there. I wasn't doing all this. Man, no, hell no. Nope. I'm not finna go down, and I was not involved in 99% of this stuff. He say, please, Willie, say, please start up a subscription channel only for those of us who will appreciate your time and content. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work to create other channels and all this stuff right there, and then you got to be uploading to multiple channels and stuff, and you can only go live so many times a day. Well, I can only go live so many times a day. You know what I'm saying? But you make a good point. You make a real good point right there. Shout out to Byron for the $20 cash app. I appreciate that right there. Listen, hey, listen. You say guilty by association sometime. You say, Willie is old school. Say, we got 400, but we do not have 400 thumbs up. That's a problem. We have been over 400 for the past 30 minutes and still can't get over 500 thumbs up. But it's okay. Give yourself a pat on the back because you have made it to the end of the midday news. You made it to the end of the midday news. I want to thank y'all for being around here. Listen, players, it is prostate cancer awareness. Around here, the Willie Williams Show says just a finger. Your prostate don't work, your meat don't work. You mess around and lose your la and or lose your life. We got to get it together. So listen, whenever your partners, your home girls take a plea. Plea means cooperation. Plea means cooperation. No matter what somebody tell y'all, plea means cooperation. You had to cooperate to get the plea. Period, point blank. So when people saying that they ain't tell, they ain't snitch, but you got a plea deal, that's what's up, pimp. But my question, will the community support Gunna? Will the community support Gunna? Will they continue to support Gunna? How many artists is going to do songs with Gunna? Remember, because a lot of people was talking about whoever did songs with 6ix9ine, that they is just as worse as a snitch and all that fly stuff. So who is gonna do albums with Gunna? Who is gonna do remixes with Gunna? Yeah. Let's see how real a whole bunch of allegedly real a whole bunch of people are in the industry. You know, because they stand on stuff. That's what they be saying. Stand on it. I ain't with that snitch stuff. I feel you. But will you try to get that paper out here in these streets? Should you try to get that paper from somebody who just got free? Now you have to think about it. Watch this. You say 6ix9ine and Gunna produced by Charleston White. That shit a blow though. Hell, Gunna and 6ix9ine, they do a song together. Do y'all understand that from the first song that Gunna released is gonna go platinum? The first song Gunna released because people wants to hear what he has to say. That shit gonna go platinum. I promise you. Shout out to Prophet Made for the $2 cash app. Say, how we know if Thug didn't tell him to go tell? You got a good point. You have a great point right there. You have a great point right there. Because in my mind, the lawyers communicate with the lawyers. Even if the defendants can't communicate with one another. Your lawyers can communicate with one another. You can pass messages and all that stuff. Of course you can. You say, any unsolved murders, drug deals, drug contacts. You say he will have to go back to court. Say, there are several agencies out there with unsolved crimes that he could help with, say he going back in court really soon. Ooh, you might got a point with that right there, because it's unsolved murders out there that YSL allegedly was involved in. Say call themselves the new outcast. He say, I just got out of jail doing a year for a drug offense. My drug offense carried 3 years. Say they offered me a year and I take it just to get the conviction. Yeah. It carried 3. They say you can do 1 now. You can do 1. If you take this offer, you can do 1. A lot of people would rather do 1 than 3. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes deals is not a bad deal. Sometimes deals is not a bad deal when it comes down to how much time your ass gonna get. Supposedly take the deal or go to trial. Now those type of deals, I understand why people take the plea deal. Listen, you say I'm gonna get 10 months, supposed to 8 years. I did it. I did it. Even if I didn't do it, I did it. Say, bro, I love you. So, bro, I really do. I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate the love. Bam, bam, bam. I got that right there. Listen, y'all finna go ahead on and get on up out of here, but we will be back. We will be back at 8 o'clock. There's something else that I want to talk about, but that will transpire round at 8 o'clock tonight. Shout out to Sean for the $5 cash out. You say, ain't nobody ever told nobody to tell on them. That's a good point. That's a good point. I like that right there. Yeah, we may be partners. Yeah, we may do the music together. But boy, if you tell on me, I'm facing 10 to 20. But I don't know if I can tell you to go tell them people and it gets me jammed up. Shout out to Sean for the $5 cash out. He said we got to stop the lie. We really, really do, man. Listen, man. Whether you think that he's a snitch or not, a rat or not, according to paperwork, because we got receipts. According to paperwork and what was said on video, technically he falls under a rat. A snitch, a rat. A snitch and a rat. That's what he will fall under. Now, whether you want to deal with a snitch or a rat, it's on you. I ain't got no problem with either. As long as you ain't snitched and ratted on me. You know what I'm saying? But I understand people, they have the codes and all that stuff. I get it. Hell, just get your money, player. You say, I'm telling. Say, don't do anything around me. Don't tell me your plans. I'm not going down for you. Oh, I ain't going to prison for not nail nobody. Not nail nobody. Nope, we ain't doing that. We don't play around here in these streets like that. Nope, I like freedom too much. I promise you. And that's why I do things by myself. If I'm going to do something wrong, I do it by myself. I don't do it as a clique, as a group. No, we ain't doing none of that. At all. Listen, okay. Another quick update. I had to order me some other cameras and stuff like that, like a whole nother setup. I'm gonna start recording myself cooking. 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna be live. But I am gonna record and upload me cooking because I'm gonna have to cut stuff out. You know, because I'm kind of like a private person, so there's certain things that I have to cut out. So I got to edit some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but Amazon's supposed to drop that stuff off today too. But it might not get popping today. Because, in case y'all know, I cook like 6 days a week. But I love to cook. So That's why I cook. You say, did you see the video of Megan and the girl at the swim party I sent you? Damn it, I missed it. I ain't had a chance to check it out, but I will check that out. I appreciate you sending it. I appreciate you sending it, because after they did they strike and stuff, everything else went out the window, trying to handle some other business and all that stuff right there. Listen, I appreciate y'all for rocking. I'm finna go ahead on and get on up out of here. Subscribe to everything that a player do, and tell somebody about a player. You say, that's a great idea, Willie. You say, you talk big ish about cooking, because I can cook, y'all. Like, I really can. I really can, and hopefully we can make something out of it. That's what's up. Listen, I appreciate y'all for rocking, man. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. I done hit that damn button. I see y'all at 8. I'm gone.